Welcome back, everybody. This is Drew James with James Cycle Supply. Figure I give you guys some more chopper content on my red turbo shovel bike. Those of you know that have watched the build over the last year that I've had this bike, that I built it here on this channel. I set it up as a foot clutch, and man, this bike is literally 10 feet long plus. So 40-degree rake and little narrow, twisted rabbit ear style bars. It's a little sketchy riding that thing around, so I'm not gonna lie, it's a little too sketch for me. I rode around a little bit with the foot clutch and all that kind of stuff, and it's a little too sketchy. It likes to flop, so I'm gonna convert it over to a clutch cable, make it a little bit easier to ride, and I pretty much already got the clutch on there, but I gotta make some custom linkage today, so we're gonna make that out of stainless, and let's get going. So most of you guys know that this bracket right here is, for most of the big twin, shovel, pan, all that stuff, knuckle, probably some Evos. Oh, maybe not, depending on what transmission you're running. But anyway, this bolts on here. This is for your clutch cable. This will go under your horseshoe. And I was going to use this, but unfortunately, the way I had set up this already, this bike was set up foot clutch. So I had to run this this extra long pan head clutch arm, so it goes under that transmission, sticks out on the other side real far for the, because I had a foot clutch, so I was running a chain across this like that. And I was going to put the bracket, that stock bracket that goes, under this, oil tank, but I realized I would have to redo my oil lines because I'd have to raise this whole oil tank all the way up to the frame. So it's about another inch, so I'd have to make new oil lines. All my wiring would have to be redone and lengthened. And then it probably would have hit the, I'd have to switch this clutch arm and go to the stock one, which is way smaller, but it sticks up like this. So I think it would have hit my battery box and all that kind of stuff. So what I did is I made my own bracket. I should have filmed it, but whatever. You guys get the idea of that bracket I just showed you. I made a custom one out of stainless on my plasma table, polished it so it sticks out to the side of the bike like this, so you can still run the extended clutch arm, the pan head style one. And if I ever want to convert it back, it's not a big deal. So that's set up. I got one of these clutch levers. They were like this long, so I cut it, re-welded it, polished it back together so it's fits the bar better and it's not like stupid long. So that's working pretty good on the clutch cable. I need to probably make some type of mount down here to hold the cable, but got rid of the hand shifter up here. I mean, that was really cool. But yeah, like I was saying, just this thing is like, you see how long this bike is, and then when you actually see it in person, it's like, I think it's 10 feet axle to axle. So with little bars like that and a foot clutch, man, it's just really sketchy to ride, to be honest with you. And it's just going to make it a lot easier just to have a clutch cable on it, So I'm just going to throw the, what's cool about, I'm going to throw just a normal shifter on it. What's cool about my controls, these are my controls that I make. You could set it up for a foot clutch, or you can convert it back to just the linkage. So today I got to make a linkage from here all the way back over to this, ratchet top shifter. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it out of stainless because I want to be able to polish it. This is the old one that I had on there. So I gotta make this I guess they call it like a clevis mount or something like that. So I'm gonna make that in the mill, and because I don't want to cut this, because if I ever do want to go back to the the foot clutch for a show or something like that and put the shifter back on, I can do that. So I'm going to make this from scratch, and then I'm going to bend up this rod. So I got like a 9/16 stainless rod. I'm going to mill this down and basically make that part there, and then I'm going to bend this rod up. We'll thread it so I can put one of the this heim joints on it on the top. So I got to basically make this whole thing from scratch, and then we'll polish it because I like to have nice, parts on the bike. So I'm going to get to it. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, I got that part finished. I got it kind of just slid the pin in there. I need to figure out what bends I need to make. So I'm gonna take this welding rod and you know, just kind of bend the shape I need. So I think what I'm gonna do is put my foot there just to hold that. And I'm just gonna bend this wire to get the shape I need. I think I'm gonna start with a 90-degree bend about right here. Cause it's like offset, like probably about like 1.5 inches. I'm gonna probably cut it about right there. So that'll give me the length that I need. So I need something like that bent. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and put that tube in the lathe because we have to thread it on the front. So I'll cut it right here. That'll probably be the length I need. I'll check it one more time. Make sure that's what I want to do. All right, so before I bend this, I'm gonna machine this rod down. I got it in the lathe. I'm gonna measure this out. So I'm at 372 thou. I have to go down to 310 in order to run the die on that to tap it for 5/16 by 24. So I'm gonna go ahead and machine that down and keep checking as I go, you know. Are you rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live?
We're live.
Yeah, so finished up that part. Let's check it out, guys. We got it over here. So I went ahead and polished this thing. It turned out pretty nice. We did a little bit of machining today. We did fabrication and we did some welding. So I'm gonna slap this puppy on here, then hopefully we'll be able to go for a test ride on this thing. Make sure everything shifts good, and probably be able to control it a little bit better now I got a clutch cable on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap this on there. This one's kind of hard to do sometimes, so you gotta do it backwards. Once I get it lined up, it should be fine. There we go, got that side in.
Oh yeah. I think that's gonna work just fine. I'll get the zip tie out of here. Tighten all this stuff up. I gotta put my cotter pin in there. I didn't have one, so I'm just gonna use the stainless, you know, TIG wire. Pretty much the same thing. I just need to go get some pliers and bend that puppy and adjust this out, tighten this up. We might go for a ride today, guys, which will be pretty cool. I think that's going to work really good, actually. Start there. Tighten that up. Gotta get that cotter pin. I mean, I probably should go get a new cotter pin, but it'd be alright. That ain't coming off. Look at that. I wonder if I need to tighten those up. I think that's gonna work.
Here. Seems like it's working. Might have to adjust it a little bit, but let's go for a ride. Alright, so I pulled it out of the garage, got all the parts on there, so hopefully we'll fire this thing up, go on a little test ride, make sure everything works. So let's fire this puppy up.
Running way too rich. All right, first ride, and it looks like this turbo took a crap on me. It is just bleeding oil. So I'm gonna have to wipe that down. It got all over my motor, all over my frame. Look at my leg. It's like caked in oil, but I mean, other than that, it's riding pretty good. So I might have to mount that in a little different way, but yeah, she's riding. Had to do a little carburetor adjustments and stuff like that, but as you can see, man, this thing's a rider. So God, I just replaced that turbo, but I put one of those cheap Amazon ones on there, and I put the real housings from the real turbo on there, and that lasted barely 20 minutes. So I'm gonna have to get a real turbo, or just take this stuff off and say screw it and put some normal pipes on it. But thanks for watching.
Like always, I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and go to JAMESCYCLESUPPLY.com. Get yourself a hat, get yourself a t-shirt, buy some really cool chopper parts from me, and see you guys soon.